From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Andrew Adams.
Well, we've had two beautiful mornings in a row, in part because we've got some nice cloud cover that's been wafting in from the southwest. All of this cloud cover once again attached to Hurricane Norma, or former Hurricane Norma. It's now a tropical storm. Center of it is getting ready to move onshore into mainland Mexico. It impacted the Baja Peninsula yesterday and is now on its way farther up. And as we get that moisture going up, where our rain chances are going to increase. I just realized, I think I was calling that the Yucatan Peninsula for a little bit. It's the Baja Peninsula. It's a longer one. Yucatan's much shorter and on the other side of the country. But anyways, there it is, tropical storm and bringing some nice rains into Mexico. It's going to increase our rain chances as the moisture from it won't be a tropical storm when it gets here, but the moisture from it gets into our region. For now, fire risk in western Oklahoma through this afternoon. The moisture arrives tomorrow. Southern Oklahoma rain chances increase. We could see a little bit of rain here in the metro before day's end tomorrow, but the best rain chances start to come in overnight tomorrow into Tuesday, and they'll be with us all the way through Wednesday. Very high rain chances on the 9-day. Some lower rain chances as we go through the back end of the 9-day, but we're keeping an eye out for the far end of the 9-day. A potential cool down, like real cool down, some winter for some folks in the northern half of the plains, and maybe even a nice cool down down south along Oklahoma and into Texas. We'll see what we can get out of that. That's not quite locked in. What is more locked in is as we go over the next 24 hours down in southern Oklahoma, we start to see those first showers creep across the Red River, and then more rain starts to take over as we head later into the afternoon. A lot of this is going to be very light, and we could see some very light rain, especially into the south metro by tomorrow evening, but just a little bit of rain, nothing super crazy. The heavier rain starts to enter southwestern Oklahoma once we get into tomorrow night, and that will eventually train into central Oklahoma and bring us much better rain chances here across the metro. Gorgeous sunrise, though, as I was saying. We were on tap for another nice one on our Guthrie Cam and Lucky Star Sky Cam network. That nice warm glow down along the horizon with some of these high clouds from Norma painting as a little bit of a backdrop. Upper 50s for the most part across the metro. 51 in El Reno, 53 and more, so a couple of us cooler than others. A few 40s out to the northwest and Panhandle, and then a southeast wind right now. We will eventually get more of a southerly wind and a southwesterly wind, and that wind is going to pick up as well, especially in western Oklahoma, 15 to 30 miles per hour with temperatures in the upper 80s, 88 Oklahoma City and Woodward, 89 from Alva, Clinton, some 90s again to the southwest with that warm, really honestly hot air in place and those stronger winds. Moderate fire risk out in western Oklahoma through this afternoon. Just something to keep in mind, even though we've got no rain to ruin any weekend plans. Fire risk is something to just keep in the back of your mind. 60s as we go overnight, very, very mild, about 15 to 20 degrees warmer than we should be this time in October when we wake up, and then more 80s tomorrow. But you're going to notice a different tomorrow afternoon difference, and that is south of I-40, and especially along the Red River, some low 80s and 70s for highs, and that's because that's where our rain chances increase first as the rain comes in from the south. That's where Norma is coming from. 40% chance of showers from Altus Lawton all the way into the southeastern corner of the state. As we head farther into the evening, we'll bring in that 20% chance for the metro and areas basically along and a little bit north of I-40, but the much greater chances enter in the picture tomorrow night and Tuesday morning. 100% chance from southwest Oklahoma. That does include and reach into the metro with still a very likely chance up across north central Oklahoma, and then that will eventually move farther to the east and northeast tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. That rain eventually exits central Oklahoma, but we get another batch that works in on Wednesday, so another very likely day of some meaningful rainfall across the state. When all is said and done, I like our odds of getting some good rain out of this. We've only seen 1.41 inches on the month so far. A good chunk of the state has a pretty decent chance at seeing 1 to 2 to even 3 inches of rain. I wouldn't be surprised, not everyone's going to see it, but if a couple of us got somewhere on the order of about 4 inches of rain, some very fine locally dropped amounts. So that is great to see. Some lower rain chances to the back end of the 9-day, and there's that cool down at the very end. We'll keep an eye and see if that can hold itself together. That's all we got for now. News 9's going to be back in just a sec.